Today's first video is coming to us from Aaron Curry, and it's taking place in Howell, Michigan. Also, it involves the City of Howell Police Department. Aaron Curry was once again at odds with local police. He had been squabbling with the City of Howell, Michigan, over rights to a property for years. He thought he would finally have his day in court to sort it all out legally, but nothing seemed to be working. City workers often passed over onto his land without permission. They sometimes parked on his land, which didn't help matters much. Aaron had already complained both to the city and to the police, but the chief of police seemed to do pretty much as he pleased, often sending officers to patrol the area and ride along with city workers.
They need to leave. I'm asking you for your help. You're the police.
I'm here to keep the peace.
No, that's not accurate.
You guys have a civil issue going on.
I don't
know too much about that. I know you talked to my chief yesterday.
Have them leave. I'll take the poles down.
That's something you guys can work out together. I'm not going to sit here and get in between it.
You're not going to sit here and let me protect my own personal property?
One day, Aaron decided to tape the next contact he would make with police, as he felt that his grievances were not being heard for long enough. An officer came onto his property to monitor a situation where city workers were. Aaron approached him and asked the city workers to leave his land immediately. The officer listened attentively and explained that he was just there obeying the orders of his superior, and that this was a civil issue Aaron had to handle in other ways. Even when Aaron declared that those employees were trespassers, the officer said he did not take direct action, not meddling with the matter.
Hello? Good, how are you?
Okay.
My property goes from that corner to that corner. There is no right-of-way. You're following them to trespass. I'd like them to leave my property.
I'm just doing as I'm told. I'm here by my chief of police.
I understand. I talked to him yesterday. I told him there's no right-of-way.
He's the one
They need to leave.
He's the one I'm going to direct you to speak to.
They need to leave now.
He's the one I'm going to direct
They
you to
need to leave now, man. Ma'am, this is my private property.
But right there, I know you have a thing going on with the city and
I have
everything,
nothing going on. That gate isn't blocked, it's unlocked. Why are they on my property, taking my personal property?
I'm not gonna...
What's your name and badge number, please?
Sergeant Briggs, my badge number is 12.
Thank you.
Sorry.
I'm not going to ask you to have them leave.
No, I just...
I filed a police report with the Livingston County Sheriff, which is the jurisdiction here. They need to leave. I'm asking you for your help. You're the police.
I'm here to keep the peace.
No, that's not accurate.
You guys have a civil issue going on.
I don't
know too much about that. I know you talked to my chief yesterday.
Have them leave. I'll take the poles down.
That's something you guys can work out together. I'm not going to sit here and get in between it.
You're not going to sit here and let me protect my own personal property?
As the conversation went on, Aaron became irritated. He reminded the officer that, being law enforcement, he was there to maintain peace, and by allowing the workers to stay on his land, he was, in fact, condoning a violation of Aaron's rights. He persisted, instructing Aaron to contact the Livingston County Sheriff, since he would be responsible for their end. Aaron did get cynical, protesting with increasing frustration against the exploitation by the city and its unfair treatment of him. That, however, didn't break into the officer's composure, as he communicated throughout the encounter.
You're the City of Howell Police. You're a sergeant.
I'm not going to go back and forth with you.
Fine, then call the Livingston County Sheriff, who has jurisdiction in Marion Township. I've called them, and they said it's a civil dispute. And like these guys are coming out to pull down my shit. And I've told you not to trespass on my property. You need to fucking leave. Do you understand? I'm on my property.
Can you stop yelling?
No, they need to leave.
Please. I get that you're upset. I understand. But please.
I think, yeah, we're going to just leave. We're
Good.
not going to deal with this.
Thank you. Thank you. That's all I asked for yesterday.
It's not over, obviously.
I understand
you are
that.
working with the city. You can continue to work with the city.
Thank you.
We'll just leave.
Thank you. Thank you. And thank you. I apologize.
I'm not trying to get off on bad blood or anything like here.
But this is bad blood. This is bullying. This is the city trying to take advantage of a system. I don't know who they're in bed with the Motorsports Gateway, with the dicks out here from Novi, but this is garbage. I've taken them the information.
You're okay. You're okay.
but they bully us. They clearly bullied us.
Again,
it's corrupt.
Thank you for keeping your calm and your cool when I'm not, and I understand that.
I understand that
don't let them.
I understand that you're frustrated. I get it, and I get there's a whole thing going on. I don't know much about it. Okay,
right? They can't. They don't have
And it's
paper
you're
to do,
just
they need
a
to quit
public
touching
servant.
our
Thank you
stuff.
for your
So,
service, and I apologize.
So I hope your day goes a little bit better than it is right now. Okay?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Throughout the ordeal, Aaron claimed that he felt the city was corrupt and they were harassing him using underhanded tactics. Still, he is quick to point out the fact that the officer was professional and comfortable even under the tension. He indicated that before he left, the officer apologized for the frustration and recommended that he continue working with the city to find a resolution. This was when Aaron kept hammering on how his rights were being trampled. He quoted the Fourth Amendment to the people, which protects them from unreasonable searches and seizures, wherein law enforcers cannot enter private property without some form of probable cause or a warrant. To him, the police occupying his land breached that constitutional right and made him feel he must not budge.
Hey,
Hello, sir.
Good, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Good. I'm Mike Curry. Nice to meet you.
I'm a CPL holder, so you know. I know.
Carrying my building?
I'm not. I'm redneck, but I'm not that redneck.
What's up?
So, here's a copy of London County Sheriff's.
Don't need it.
Okay. I filed a police report last week. Here's a copy of my public records data. I'm in Marion Township.
Yep.
Okay. The city police were on my property this morning, pulling out stakes that my legal counsel had asked me to install.
Okay. You have been informed, as has your legal counsel been informed.
Not this legal counsel.
Who's your legal counsel
They're out
now?
of West Bloomfield.
Okay, well,
They're going to be in contact.
okay, Brewer's been advised, so if he's not your counsel anymore, then you guys do whatever you gotta do.
Yep.
You have an issue with the city. There's no issue with us. The police did not pull your stuff.
No, they
Actually, the
stood
police-
by and
Correct.
blocked my approach.
And they trespassed 3 times.
And they were sitting on my property this weekend.
Yeah.
I was the one that was there.
Okay.
And they're not sitting on your property. They're trying to go do what they're supposed to do and go check Motorsports Gateway, which they do every day, and which they've been doing for the last time.
Motorsports Gateway property does not
hang on
attach.
hold on just a moment.
But the city's also
Wait a minute. Every single day you've been back there for how long?
the city's been checking Motorsports Gateway daily for a long time.
Through that entrance.
I don't know if they go there or if they go off Lucy Road. There's 2 accesses.
Well, I can tell you they don't go through there because I have 2 cameras pointing directly.
I know. I
at it.
see all your social media.
Okay. We're not taking it.
My position while
Yes.
we were there
Okay.
was to be neutral.
Okay.
The city has easement access off through that property.
Can
You can debate that with the city. The state's already confirmed it. Everybody else has already confirmed it.
Okay.
I'm not there to debate where your property line is. I'm
Okay.
not an engineer.
All right.
I'm a
Yes.
stupid Marine.
And it's right.
So,
Thank you for your service.
I'm not there to debate that.
So that's a civil.
My job was to
that's
say,
that's a
if you
civil
were
issue.
there, my job was to say, you can't attack them and they can't attack you.
Okay.
So that's what
Even
we were
though
there.
it's the
So how come
sheriff's
you guys
jurisdiction.
didn't make contact with me?
I didn't need to. You're in Marion Township. I didn't need to. What they were doing was on city right away.
That is disputed.
Okay, and it is, but you're not going to battle this out with me.
No, I
you
understand. I'm trying to
Right.
understand. I don't want to go to jail.
You
It's a
have
civil
Irv,
matter.
you
We'll
have
settle
Irv, and you
it that
have
way.
the city attorney that you deal with on this matter.
Yes.
Those are the 2 that you deal with.
Okay.
My purpose of having a car there was to make sure that you didn't run out and attack somebody, and that nobody ran, and that none of our
It's
guys
not going to happen.
ran out and attacked
Yes,
you.
right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
We were neutral party. That is our job. That's the police's job. It's not to take sides. We're standing there and go, nobody.
Good.
This-
So if I continue to put it up every day,
It's
then
gonna-
you're not going to arrest me.
You're probably. I know you already talked to Murph because you talked to him 5 minutes before I talked to him, and he told you
Yep.
it's
But
a civil matter.
But then the city police showed up, which told me it's not a civil matter.
The city police didn't show up to take your stuff. The
Okay.
city police showed up to make sure our DPW workers didn't get attacked.
Okay.
That is all that we were there for.
All right.
And we were not. Cool, you guys need anything?
Right. You're not.
I don't know what the big battle is.
You're not dumb.
I don't know
and
what
I
your.
appreciate it.
I don't know what your whole.
So the state of Michigan said it's dangerous for people to be pulling in and out of there, and the what they're calling a right-of-way is now being overburdened by bringing through construction trucks.
Okay.
Tandem axle, gravel haulers, low boys, right out in the middle of D19. The state of Michigan Department of Safety, MDOT, Michigan Department of Transportation ahead, Southeast Michigan, sent Irv a letter that said, look, this is not safe. Do not use that for
And
access.
that's what Irv needs to deal with them. This is a civil matter. You gotta go to court.
We're good, yeah.
Go to court.
We're not gonna
All
go
right.
round and round.
No.
Thank you.
I go to court. I hope you guys can get an answer because I hate to see
We will.
you guys have to battle this stuff out for no reason.
Whether it's a win or loss, we will get an answer.
Yep.
Thank you.
All right, no problem.
Then we can get the trespass.
More broadly, from the incident, a lesson was, when confronted with unwanted law enforcement presence on private property, it's crucial to stay calm while defending your rights. A recording of the encounter and, more clearly, saying that the officers do not have permission to be present are very critical if the situation degrades into further conflict. While Aaron managed to keep his cool in this instance, the fact that his legal battle against the city was still in process indicated that there probably were more confrontations in store for him. Finally, the exchange worked as another reminder of how important it is to know and exercise rights, even in the face of opposition. For Aaron, it wasn't just a case of standing up for his land. It was a matter of making sure that, no matter how difficult the situation became, law would be respected. In our next video, a tense standoff ensued between Gem County deputies Brian Pike and Alfredo Villatoro and Ammon Bundy as they sought to serve him with court papers.
Huh? No, he's not. There's a back office right here. There's a back office here. I don't see anybody here. I'm gonna walk around. Mr. Bundy, I have some papers for you. No. I can't see him from that side. I didn't see him.
The deputies were trying to find Bundy on his property. They walked around his home, even peering in windows in search of him. Of course, they weren't ignored.
He's probably sitting in that corner right there.
Can you not see?
I can't see from the angle there.
Is there? Let's go to the side windows. Because if we see him, maybe just show my fingers.
Can you see anything?
I think he went out that door.
To where?
Split. That door right there.
Well, we would have seen him if you went up into his,
He was standing right here.
Look, is that his hat right there? He's got to be behind that thing right there. See the hat right there? Yep. I'm gonna go back and check on the other side.
Hey, man, we have papers for you. We're just gonna put them on the front step, okay?
Already frustrated by what he perceived as continued rights violations, Bundy had stopped the deputies as they continued to search his property and told them sternly that they would do better to leave immediately because they didn't have any right to act like they owned the place. Though the deputies acted quite calm and tried to keep their professionalism, Bundy did not restrain his anger and always reminded them that the land belonged to him and not to the police. Though they briefly acknowledged his demands, Bundy made it clear that he was really serious about his private property. The deputies were there in compliance with the order from the authorities to serve him with legal papers related to a lawsuit. Despite the increased pressure, Bundy insisted on his stand, warning them against coming back and keeping off his property. He had complained to them about their presence and the court wrangle to which he was subjected, while labeling the authorities as law enforcement agents who had overstretched their police powers and served on high horses.
All right, sir.
Bastard, get off my property and don't come back again.
All right.
I'm serious. You don't get to walk around here and act like you own the damn place. I bought the place, not you.
Yes, sir.
Stay the hell off my property.
Will do.
Get the hell off my property. Stay off my property. No, I don't. You're on my property. Get the hell in your truck again. No, get off of my property. Yeah, you guys are a bunch of pricks coming in here.
Okay.
You know what's going on now?
I don't indulge myself in your own paperwork,
Well,
okay?
maybe you ought to figure out what's going on.
It's not my business. You have a good rest of your day, okay?
You made it your business.
All right, you have a good rest of your day, all right?
Don't come back.
It highlighted in general an issue of private property rights. One needs to be balanced with the issue of police accountability. Bundy, a man well known for his role in the 2016 Malheur National Wildlife Refuge occupation, had a history of finding himself at the center of legal and political controversies. His current dispute in Gem County, Idaho, demonstrates his deep-seated belief in individual liberties and constitutional rights. Though confrontational, Bundy's confrontation with the deputies brought attention to concerns arising regarding their duty to enter upon private property and thereby serve legal notice without violating rights. As the deputies ultimately retreated, leaving his papers on his doorstep, Bundy continued to uphold his opinion that their actions were an overreach of governmental power. The whole thing immediately sparked debate on how far the police can tread on private property without a warrant or even probable cause. In Bundy's case, he regarded it as directly violative of his rights, a position with which many sympathizers share for their concerns about government overreach and the preservation of constitutional liberties. It was, however, the third element that brought everyone to the bargaining table, that need for dialogue on police accountability. Police brutality incidents in the recent past had made most people keen on transparency and respect for individual liberties. That tussle between public safety and private freedoms remained a stubborn contest. It was exactly the challenge which both Bundy and the deputies were forced to confront and cut loose. As this very legal situation developed, nobody knew how the courts would treat Bundy's claims of government overreach. The case would establish precedent in similar future legal battles in which private rights to property versus police authority will persist in many minds as a question of how such a delicate balance will be struck. Finally, in our today's last encounter, we have this video coming to us from Joseph Martinez.
Badge numbers, please.
We don't have badge numbers.
Okay, I need cards then. It's department policy to identify. Where's Vern?
We've already identified ourselves.
No, you didn't.
Merced County Sheriff's Office, Aguilar.
What do you guys want?
We're here to talk to Rick, and we see that somebody's...
You're on private property right now.
On a farm property outside of Merced, California, a tense standoff unfolded after deputies from the Merced County Sheriff's Office, Aguilar, Mobley, and Lemons, reportedly arrived at the private property of man Joseph Martinez to serve for a warrant for a person who is not a resident at the property. It turned into a hot situation when Joseph, a First Amendment auditor, asked them why they were on his private property. Joseph kept asking them their names and badge numbers. The officials only provided them with their names, but declined to give their badge number. This was just firing more fuel in that fire. Joseph told them that departmental policy requires proper identification, and they are trespassing. They refused to leave, stating that they were investigating something on the property.
You guys need something? Oh, I don't answer questions. I'm a First Amendment auditor. You know me. You can stay off the property, though. This is private property. Let's get off the fence a little bit. Yeah, you guys know me. No, you can stay off the property, sir. This is private property. Name and badge number, please. Name and badge number, Mobley. No, my name is Joseph, and I'm not going to identify any further than that. Your name is Mobley. Your name is Aguilar. Your name is T. Lemons. Lemons. Okay, badge numbers, please.
We don't have badge numbers.
Okay, I need cards then. It's department policy to identify. Where's Vern?
We've already identified ourselves.
No, you didn't.
Merced County Sheriff's Office, Aguilar.
What do you guys want?
We're here to talk to Rick, and we see that somebody's...
You're on private property right now. I don't answer questions. I'm a First Amendment auditor. You guys know I'm not going to answer questions. Okay? The only question I answered was my name to alleviate any belief that I might be the person you're looking for. Further than that, you're trespassing currently on private property. I'm asking you repeatedly to leave, sir.
In this instance, Joseph informed the deputies that he had no responsibility to assist them in their investigation and threatened them further with the fact that his property was becoming too small for them and that their presence on his property would prompt serious legal actions against them. He cautioned them that any infraction from their side would mean stripping him off his qualified immunity. Instead, according to him, any infraction would have him taking action against them not only at the department, but against their individual assets as well. He was well aware of the law and what his rights were. He insists, telling them how they are above the law.
I don't care. That has nothing to do with me. Stop what you're doing, Mobley. Okay? First thing I'm going to do is file a complaint against each of you individuals if you try anything. Next thing I'm going to do is prove that you weren't acting in the legal capacity as an officer, so you don't have a search warrant to be on this property. And that's going to allow me to remove your qualified immunity. The next thing I'm going to do after that is go after each and every one of your private assets. You're not going to violate me. Well, you keep stepping in, and I keep telling you you're on private property, and I keep asking you to back up, okay? I'm not going to go after your departments. I'm going after your private assets when I remove your qualified immunity. You're not going to violate me. All officers have qualified immunity. I'm a First Amendment auditor. That's in Colorado.
SB2.
That's in Colorado. That's in Colorado. Don't play silly duck games on me. That's Colorado.
So who's in the house? Who's staring at us?
I don't answer questions. You know that. I'm telling you to get off my private property.
So, right now, who's in the house?
I don't answer questions, you know that.
Identify we're investigating.
It's irrelevant. I'm not involved with your investigation, and I have no duty whatsoever to serve you in your investigation. I have no duty whatsoever to serve you in your investigation. No, I'm not. Hindering is a physical act. No.
The standoff at this point reached a deadlock when Joseph placed himself between the deputies and his property line, ordering them out. It is in this process that the deputies arrest him and charged him with Penal Code 148A1, obstructing a peace officer. Joseph, however, argued that he had committed no offense and that his arrest was unjust, as he did not in any way hinder their investigation at gunpoint, but merely exercised his right to protect his property from what he held was an unlawful intrusion. The incident raised grave questions about the conduct of the deputies. They neither obtained a search warrant, nor had they confirmed that it was the right address, and many contended that they had exceeded their authority. The question of police overreaching and the extremely delicate balance between law enforcement responsibilities and rights on private property brought to light by Joseph's decision to claim his rights and not to yield. Although Joseph may have believed he made a grave mistake during the transaction, the audience was convinced he did the best anyone could have done under the circumstances, particularly with the added intimidation. He had asserted his constitutional rights amply by demanding they produce identification as deputies, by ordering them off private property, and by refusing to obey their orders. His acts have since opened up a debate on how far a policeman can go without a warrant, and the need to hold those officers accountable if they are found violating citizens' rights. After the incident, Joseph made preparations to file complaints against all deputies who had attended and acted, and was preparing to take legal steps for filing appeals against the arrest. The case reminded all of the often discussed issue of law enforcement accountability and citizen rights to safeguard their properties against unlawful searches or arrests. Given its wide circulation after the event, this video attracted much interest from pro-individual rights advocates and those who hold that law enforcement agencies need more intense scrutiny. Many praised Joseph for his boldness in speaking up on issues affecting thousands of Americans.